So this is what we're going to be working on today. This is your assignment. This is what we're working on, and we're going to be sourcing for every of the item on this flyer ourselves. So let's just get started quickly. So the first thing you want to do is to open your Chrome browser. Please use a Chrome browser for this. It will be more easier to use. So going back to look at the design, this is what we have. We have an orange background with a dark gradient at the bottom. So now we're going to be using gradients as the solid color. Remember when I was teaching you how to derive good backgrounds, I said you have to start with either a solid color or a gradient. So you're just going to start with a gradient fill. Click on gradient fill. You know where I clicked to get there, right? Layers. Then go to let me delete this. Go to this half moon shape and click on gradient fill instead of color fill. Click on gradient fill, then click on that place that is showing like black and white fill. Click on it. Click on the first color, which is the black. The bottom, the top affects the transparency of the color, while this bottom affects this bottom right here affects the color itself. So we're going to click on the node at the bottom and click on this black box after custom. Click on it. When you click on it, you are going to now select your orange. So I'm just going to move this my white slider till I get to where it looks orangey. So I'm going to select the first color, which is this one. I'm just going to delete that node because I don't want it. So I like to click on it and delete it. I told you to move. You have to click on where the gradient editor is written and just move it around. So click on this white color and click on the white box. Then now what we want to do is we want to create a gradient, but we want one side to be dark and one side to be light. So I'm just going to add a shade of what's black to it, then click OK. If you are satisfied with the results that you have here, you can just click OK and it pops up on your page. So let's just close this and see the result. This is the result we have, but I want it coming from the bottom. So I'm going to go to layer, click on my color, and I'm going to change the angle to -90 degrees. This should bring it to the bottom. Then we have it at the bottom. So we have done that successfully, but I need the pattern for the background now. So all I will do is to close this. I will close that. I want to use another browser to do this, or you can click on your tab and create a new tab. If you go back, you'll still see it here. This is a new tab. So what I want to do is to click on the pattern I need is it's called wavy lines pattern. That's what I need. So wavy line pattern, when you see the one you are okay with, we will not see that exact one, but if you see the exact one that I use, you can go ahead and use it. Okay, so for the sake of this class, we're going to be looking for let's use this one just to make sure that this video is quick. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on, let's use this one. I'm not going to download the high quality photo because this is vector stock and it's not free. So I'm just going to click on the image and click on save in photos. So what that will do is that it will save it directly to my photos. So I go back to my photo pic, click on layer and ensure that my background is what is selected, which is the gradient field. Then close it back, then go to file, then go to open and place. When you click open and place, go to your photo library. Your wavy line is supposed to be saved now. Once you have clicked on it, click on add. When you click on add, now you're going to resize it from the side. Okay, then drag it to the middle like this. Now it's not looking okay, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to use screen blending options. Now the reason why we are using screen blending options is because screen will take out the whites. It will take out the black, rather it will take out the black and leave us with whites. So we're going to go to the layer and we're going to click on EFF, then blending options. Now when you click on blending options, I want you to drag your window, then you see blend mode. I want you to select screen, then let's check if it's okay by us. Okay, this is the screen option. Ensure that your select tool is active. Ensure that transform control is on. Okay, so now we're going to reduce the opacity. You can reduce the opacity here. This is it. So you can reduce the opacity here by just holding your slider. So now we have reduced the opacity, but I feel it's still too pronounced, so I'm just going to leave it at 10. This is 10. So now we've succeeded in adding our pattern to it. If the dark side of your gradient is still not dark for you, you can go to your layer. Double click on the gradient fill, click on the color and make it darker. Okay, make it darker according to what you want. Okay, so I'm okay with this. This is it. I added a shade of what orange, a shade of orange, but I don't like the combination, so I'm just going to go back and I want to touch this a bit. I want to make it a bit, brighter. That's yellow. Okay, so let's work with that. Remember, I'm touching the very top part where gradient editor is written to be able to move this window around. So now I'm just going to click on this because it's looking too dark in my eye, so we're just going to do this. Okay, so this is it. This is the result that we have. So the next thing we're going to do is to look for a texture. Let's add a texture. So the texture I want to add here is that silk texture I told you guys about. Silk, I don't even know what I'm spelling. Silk texture. You can put silk texture background. Now to make my work easier, I'm going to type orange color. Now this will make my work much more easier because I don't have to change the color of the texture again. I like this one. So you just pick the one that you like. Make sure that it's not too rough. Okay, like this one here will not be a good fit for your design. It's too rough. Okay, it's too rough. So let's go back to our work. Remember, we are using 2 tabs now for this. So let's go back to where our work is here. So click on file, click on open and place, photo library, then click on your silk texture. Now just putting it like this, you are seeing how it looks, right? Just putting it like this, you are seeing how it looks. It's not giving. Okay, so what I want you to do is to click on your layer panel again, go to EFF. When you come to EFF, you see some options right here, right? So instead of going to EFF this time, let's use this blending option. There's a shortcut at the top here where normal is written. So just click on it and click on what I will say. Click on soft light. Are you saying it? This is what soft light is giving us. Okay, so now the next thing I want you to do is to click on filter, click on blur, then click on Gaussian blur. Now I don't want those lines there to be so pronounced. Are you saying it? Once I add Gaussian blur, it's reducing, but you are still seeing the details. That's because I don't want too much of it in my design, so I'm okay with this. I'm just going to click OK and I'm done. But I still feel my pattern is still too pronounced. So what I will do is to first of all increase it the more. Okay, then go to my layer panel, then click on fill and reduce fill. Okay, fill is mostly for colors, but since there is a white color here, it works also. Okay, so we are done working on our backgrounds in essence. That's what we were taught in class. Solid color, texture, and what pattern makes our background interesting. So now the next thing we need is the image. Let's go back and look at what we are working on. Is this image right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to this tab back. The reason why I'm taking you through this process and I'm not giving you the resources for it is because I want you to learn how to get your materials yourself. So iStock photo dot photopea.com. That's where we're going to be downloading our image. Then we're going to click on dispatch rider. It doesn't have to be the same dispatch rider though. So this is the first flyer that you're going to be sourcing out your resources yourself. Okay, you're going to be sourcing out your resources yourself. So I'm going to use this fair uncle. Okay, so let's just copy the link like I showed you in class. Then I'm going to create another tab. I'm going to type 7xyz.xyz. I'm just going to click on it so that it takes me directly to the website. So the website is 7xm.xyz. This took me to the free pick downloader. What I need is the iStock downloader. So let's 7xm.xyz. Okay, we have it there. So iStock.7xm.xyz is telling me advert is on. So most times when it tells you this, just click on the link and just try to reload the page. Okay, just reload the page as many times as you can. If it still doesn't work, you have to now check if you have an ad blocker on your phone. I don't think I have any, but it's showing me that I have an ad blocker. Those that use iPhone, you will experience this a lot. So instead of this, let's try another website called Downloader LA. I think that's the name. Downloader.la. So let's hope this one doesn't show us the same thing that Oga showed us. So we're just going to swipe till we see iStock photo downloader. Close this. Okay, so look for where you can paste your link, which is this place, and click on paste. Then click on what, return or enter. What is their website? There's a lot of click on search photo. There's a lot of adverts on it. Click on search photo, then click on download generated photo. But in case that doesn't work, okay, this is it. So I want to view it in full size. Then I'm just going to click on it and save towards my photos app. So now we have gotten that. We have to go back to our workspace, then import that thing that we just downloaded, this image, add it. So now it's added to our workspace, and I told you can remove background easily by either using Adobe background remover or remove.bg. So I'm just going to remove it here because we can use remove bg here once every 2 hours. All you need to do is go to select, then click on what, remove bg. So now I've already used it, so it's telling me I can only use it once in every 2 hours. So now it's removed that background to a reasonable extent, though there's a color showing on his helmet and on his bike, but we're going to leave it for now so that this video will not be so long for you to watch. So we're done adding the image of the man. The next thing we need is the torn paper. So we're going to do the same thing we did. So I'm going to type torn paper on black background. Torn paper on black background. So now that we have gotten this notes, let's type notes. It's something like this I want. Okay, something like this I want. I think if we keep clicking, we'll get to the particular one we want. How about this? This one doesn't really have lines on it, but it will have to do. Let's see if we can narrow our search with lines on it. Okay, so let's see. I think it narrowed our search more for us. So just click on images. Okay, I want it on a black background, so I don't need to do any much work on it again once I get it. That's why I typed black background, and I'm going to put the black background at the front again. so that I can understand what it is that I need. Or I think typing notebook paper on black background. Okay, I'm not seeing what I want yet. So this is how the search is sometimes. You have to do trial by error most of the time, but before you would type so much, you'll be able to get what you want. Okay, so sometimes this is just how it is. Still not seeing what I want. Okay, I think I've seen it. This. Okay, so click on it and save to what? Save to photos. So go back to your work. Go back to your workspace. Okay, now this one that we are adding, we want it beneath the bike man. So let's just place it first. Click on file, click on open and place photo library, then the paper. So now that we've added this, and you see that there is a background following it, but we don't want that background, what do? Click on your layer, click on where this normal is, and click on what? Screen. I said screen will remove what? The black background on it. But now it's on top the man. I want it beneath him. So what we can do is to click on layer again, click on this image and drag it to the bottom. It comes to the bottom. But in case you cannot do this, let me show you what else to do. I'm just going to undo. I'm just going to undo this so that you see the other way of doing it, in case your phone is not able to press it. So this is what you do. Click on your layer, click on these patterns here, because I want it on top the pattern, but I want it beneath the man. Click on that pattern and close it. Go to file, go to open and place. I'll tell you why we clicked on that one. Then click on your file, add it. Now you see that I went to the back of the man, right? Why? Because your layers are actually obeying. Are you seeing it? It's beneath the man because I clicked on this one, meaning that I'm telling it that, okay, this layer that I clicked, whatever I'm adding, I want to add it on top this layer. Do you understand? That's how the layers work. It's like the pages of a book, okay? One resting on top the other. So now we have added this. I will not be adding the text. You guys should be doing that yourself. So go to layer again and now click on this normal part and click on what? Screen, to remove the black background for us. Okay, now we didn't use remove bg. What we use is what? Blending options. So click on your select tool. So the next thing we want to add in this design, let us check it, is how to book a rider with Zara Confirm Logistics. So now let's quickly do that. Click on text, click on your canvas, that's where you are working on. Okay, where you are working on. So now it told me font deja vu has been loaded. So now how to book a rider with Sesam Ventures. Okay, so now I told you that to make your work easier, you can actually zoom in by clicking on this microscope button. Look at the button that is selected currently. You can just zoom in. Here I want it at the center of the page, so I'll just zoom into the center of the page, then click on my toolbar, then increase. You see how easy it is to increase once my move tool is selected, right? So I'm going to click on text tool because I want to edit this text right here. So click on your text tool and click on the text that you just typed. Long press, click on the text that you just typed and try to select the entire thing. Let's move on. I want to change the color. I want to change it from black to where? White. So I click on from black to white, click on this your black box right there and drag it towards white so that it will be a complete what's white. But you see that it's not adding any effect. Why? Because the text is not selected. Okay, the text is not selected. So if you want to click a text, just double click on it like this. Double click on the particular text you want to click. What I'm doing now is I'm double clicking. But let's move on. So now I want to select the entire text, right? I want to select the entire text here. So what do I do? Click thrice. Are you seeing it? Thrice. But that's not what I want. Everything inside. So click on your move tool. Okay, once it is selected like this, once it's selected like this, what you wanna do is you will first of all increase this, okay? Increase this so that you can actually see it very well. Then come back to your text tool. Okay, come back to your text tool. Ash, what happened just now? Cleared my work. Let me show you how to save your work quickly. Go to file, go to save as PSD. Now this will help us to save it to our phone. Once you click on save as PSD, it shows you download. So click on download. Now once you click on download, anytime this work anytime there is a glitch, you're able to get your work, because currently the cloud storage which photopea has is not really working as it should. Okay, so we are just going to have to manage for now. Okay, so let's continue, please. Sorry for that rude interruption by my network. So click on your text and change the font. Let's say what font should we use now? Let's see if it has poppins. It does. So we're going to use poppins. We're going to use poppins. So when that is done, make sure your font weight is selected to extra bold. You want it extra bold. So click on your canvas and then start typing. You can as well increase the size. Okay. Let's increase the size first of all before we start working, so that it will be easy for us. So we left it at 64. Click and then how to book a rider with with CSAM done. So click on your move tool again and drag, increase. You see how easy this is when your window is zoomed. Yeah, that's how easy it gets when your window is actually zoomed. So now the text is black. I don't want it black. I want it what, white. So I'm just going to click on the box and drag it towards what, white. Now the text, there's something else I'm also noticing. There's something else I'm also noticing in this text. So let's fix it. Messages are coming and it's making my phone to misbehave. Oh God. So messages are coming. I'm really sorry about that. So now I'm moving the top bar because I want it to be centralized. So click on your move to back when you have done that and centralize it. Okay, now we have added how to book a rider. The next thing we want to add is something that we talked about in class, which is your what? Your call to action. We are going to, let's remove this. It went back, so let's take it back to screen. Click on your layer, click here, and click on what? Screen. So we have done that. The next thing we want to add is our contact details. Click on the rectangular box, click on a point and what? Drag, and when you get to the size you are comfortable with, you drop it. Okay, now it's beneath the man, we don't want it there, but first of all, let's change the color. If you look at this top here, the second menu, you have shape, fill, stroke. So what we want to do is to change the fill to white. Okay, to change it to white, then come to your layers, move this on top the bike man. That's where I want it to be, on top the bike man. Where is it? I think something is up here. Okay, sorry about that. Or something there. I'm just going to delete it. The shape is not moving. So let's do it the other way around. So in case you have an issue like that, we're just going to click on top this man now. Click on him and click on your rectangle and drag. Okay. Click on the rectangle, ensure it is selected, then drag. Okay. Once you're okay with the size of this the rectangle, you drop it, click on your move to back and take it towards downwards. You can increase using your two thumbs so you can be able to touch it much more easily. Okay, so we are okay with this size. So then you can now add your contact details and what is there. But quickly, I think I've showed you almost everything here. You know how to add text already, you know how to add a logo and the rest of it. So quickly, what I want to show you is how to generate the QR code. You know, I told you a QR code makes your design more professional, right? So now how do we add that QR code? Click on your tab, come here. I'm going to click type Adobe. You can see it's here, free QR code, Adobe QR code generator. So once you do that, you see free online code generator. Click on it. Now, this website works with links. Okay, so click on create now. Create now. Once you click on create now, it takes you to another page where you'll be asked to put in the link that you want to create a QR code for. Now, the link I want to create a QR code for is my phone WhatsApp number. So I'm just going to type, make sure HTTPS comes, HTTPS, make sure it is there, /// 234. It has to be like this, okay? Okay, no, I think WhatsApp, wa.me slash 2348106455186. So when you are done, just click on done and it will process, or click on enter, it will process. Once it shows confirm, click on download. Now this automatically downloads to your phone. Okay, so I already have an account. I've not used it on my phone before. That's why it's asking me to sign in. So all you need to do is sign in maybe with your Google account. Don't worry, it's actually a very safe software. It's owned by Adobe. Adobe is the owner of Photoshop, Illustrator, um, so many softwares out there. Lightroom, InDesign, Adobe owns them. So your details are actually very safe here. So you see that once I sign in, it's now showing me a download option. So click on download, and for Android users, this will automatically save to your phone. But if you use an iPhone, click on save to file so that you can save it to your file, and click on save to my iPhone. Okay, so now let's go back to our work. You already know what to do. File, open and place, photo library, photo library. It did not save, which is weird. So let's go back again to check. Go back again to check. Click on enter and click on what? Download. I don't know why it's not saving. Okay, I didn't save it to my photos. Apologies. I didn't save it to my photos. I saved it to files. So click on file, open and place, then choose files, because that's where we saved it to. Then all you need to do is look for the QR code, Adobe Express. That's it right there. So when that is done, it fills up your entire box. All you need to do is hold one of the nodes at the side and increase it. You can now increase this so that you can move this around more easier. I'm just going to reduce it more. Go to edit, undo. So let's see. Click on it, reduce, because I even want it at this other side. So now use your two thumbs to increase your workspace so that you can move this around more easily. Click on a node, increase to be able to move around. Don't forget your two thumbs. Okay. So now we're done adding the QR code. We're done adding the QR code. So majorly these were the things you learned, which is your headline, your descriptive text will go where your where this torn paper is. Okay, so that's it for today's class, guys. We're done with the video. If you have any questions whatsoever, please send them to my DM. Okay, see you in class. Click on text. You can just click and type contact us today. Now, all of these things, they are actually very small. So you have to zoom into your workspace. Click on your move to zoom into your workspace so that you'll be able to move this and see it much more easier. So now let's reduce that. Go to where the text is. And be quite challenging sometimes. Okay, yeah, you got it. So you see that as I'm zooming in, it makes my work much more easier. Okay, now this is what we have, but I don't want that text to be written like that. So I'm going to click on my text tool so I can edit it. Click on your layer, it's not selecting it. Let's delete this first layer that we mistakenly created. So now this layer is what is selected. I'm just going to clear all of this. Contact us now. That's the call to action. And we said a call to action has something else that is called the contact details. Now we're just going to drop this by clicking on our move tool, then click on this text tool and type in the number you want them to contact. If there's an address, you will also have to put in that address. Okay, you also have to put in that address. Do you understand? So now I'm just trying to straighten it out because it's at the time of typing and basically turned it around. So now we're done with this. And I told you that whenever you are using a text, don't use the same bold font for each line. But for this one, then you can actually make an exception. Why? Because it's a call to action and your contact details. Okay, you can make an exception. So now we have added the contact details. You can add the address. You can add the address. You can add any other thing you just want to add. Then you can add the logo at this top. You can add the logo at this top to finish the design. So I want to see your finished work. Okay. I will not be completing flyers for you again because then I will be spoon feeding you. So challenge yourself, make mistakes when you are working, correct yourself, and just get better at what you do. Okay. So I'll see you guys in class. Take care.